Misfits Boxing is coming to Texas on the 19th of November, a huge card at the Moody Centre, topped by an all-action bout between Vitor Belfort and Hasim Rahman Jr. On the card today, in front of me, we've got Minikon and we've got Nick Joseph. Fellas, how are we doing?
I'm great. I'm ready for this fucking fight.
Well, Minikon.
Well,
it's good to hear you both. Well, Minikon, let's jump straight in. We had a quick chat just off air there. You're ready for this. Tell me a little bit about your mindset and how training's been going.
Training's been going amazing. Honestly, this is like I feel like my first camp that I've had since my first fight. That was a full camp because my last fight I only got like a 2 or 3 day notice. So yeah, it just feels good to like prepare, know who I'm fighting, and have history, because it's just like this is the first fight that I feel like is actual bad blood, because I don't like the fake fucking social media bullshit for the promo that we have to do like leading up to some shit. But it's like really like I just want to smack the fuck out of this nigga. Like it's that simple.
Nick, I will ask you how you're doing, but straight away I want to jump onto that. He's talking about bad blood there. Do you is that a mutual feeling?
No, I actually love Minikon. When I see him, I'm actually gonna give him the biggest kiss in the world and grab him on his butt cheeks and tell him he's doing a good job. It's not bad blood at all.
Is that not a feeling that's reciprocated there, Minikon?
Say that again?
I'm not with the trolling shit. Like I'm not like this. I'm dead ass serious going into this, and like it's it's not a fucking game. Like once you basically, it's just like all the professional boxers say, it's like you can't play boxing. Like the shit is not an easy fucking sport. And I've been dedicating the last like 8 months to it and trying to just go in there, and I love the mindset. It's like therapy for me. So it's just yes, like I'm not going in there to play around.
Well, before we get into this bad blood, Nick, talk to me a little bit about yourself. How are you mindset-wise, training-wise? How's everything going in the build-up to Misfits 03?
I mean, just getting in shape, man, losing weight, conditioning and strength and training, bro. Just eating healthier, drinking a lot more water. I actually feel like I'm back in my my peak age when I was in the military. Just being able to move around and breathe and and not get tired. You know what I'm saying? Running 3 miles and knocking it out when I happen to stop running. So I feel good. I'm back in my vibe. So it ain't really too much to me.
Minikon, tell me about this bad blood. Tell me why you want to get to Nick Joseph.
I mean, it's on my Instagram. You can see it. Like it's over some petty shit, but it's just like I'm just the type of person I don't like to feel disrespected. I don't like to be little bro. I don't like to I just like to, if people like try to get a rile or like get me like riled up, like I just want there to be consequences basically. And I like to I don't know. Yeah, like literally if you have a cause, like I'm the effect basically.
Do you know what he's referring to, Nick?
Chris. So basically he felt like I tried to little boy him behind a vaccination card. It's really deeper than that. The fact is, Minikon is a horrible friend. That's why I got an attitude and started talking to him crazy, because when it comes down to Minikon wanting something and needing something, when it comes down to Minikon wanting something and needing something, if he ever asks me for it, I'm doing it. I'm not saying, oh, it's the price for this. I'm not charging you this. If Minikon said, bro, let me crash by your house, I said, fucking right, bro, you can crash by my house. So for a nigga to sit up there and say, oh, I'm charging you for this, that, and the third, and didn't take all day with my money and play around, now I feel like you're trying to avoid me. So now it's like, as a brother, as a friend,
it ain't go like that. You know it ain't go like that. There was witnesses there. There's niggas that was by me when we was on the fucking phone.
I'm talking to Chris. Chris, so basically, Chris.
I don't give a fuck who
like
you talking to, nigga. I'm talking to you.
Like I was saying, Chris, he's a horrible friend. He don't know how to be a real friend. He's a user. He's a bum. Yeah. That's why nigga took the fight. He don't know how to be a friend. So for a nigga to want to charge me every time I ask for something, and then when he asks to stay by me and crash by me and I don't charge him for nothing, then yeah, of course I'm gonna get mad and try to liberal you. You're being weird. You're being a weird ass nigga. That's some weird shit. Well, not once have I ever charged a nigga for nothing. I never charged a nigga for rent to stay by me. I never charged a nigga for rent.
You're welcome for giving you a check to get knocked out.
I put you on the boxing. I put you on the boxing.
You're welcome.
I put you on the boxing. I'm your father. I'm your father.
You put me on.
I put you on the boxing. I put you on the boxing.
When did you put me on the boxing?
Bro, I brought you up the street to box my big homies. So you can train and even try to even get in the...
That's not what happened. That's not what happened.
You said, "Oh, hey, even if it's not the full story, I put you on.
You want to go up the street? You want to go to Compton?
I'm your father.
And hey, look,
I'm your father.
You want to go to Compton and fight these niggas? And I'm just like,
I'm
hell
your
yeah, nigga, because
father.
I'm always about it.
I'm your
always
father.
about it.
Okay.
I'm your
And who
father.
fought that day? Who fought that day?
Let me jump in. Let me jump in because it's obvious that there is it's obvious that there's history there. But you guys, it sounds like you know you were tight at one point. Minikon,
Yeah.
when you hear Nick tell his version of events like he's just done, when you hear him tell that version of events, what do you feel? How do you feel when he says what he's just said?
I mean, that I'm not a good friend. I mean, it's
Yeah.
niggas know that I'm like one of the realest people around him or around him, like easily. Like it's just like I always provide for people. Yeah, I used to crash at his crib, and it's just like I always used to take care of shit, clean shit. Like it's just like I'm the realest nigga to have around you type shit. So it's just like that's not it. Everybody knows he moves like a bitch. He moves like a female. So it's just like everything he does is just like it's always an attitude. It's always a snicker. So it's just like I don't know. I'm I'm one of the people to really put you in your place. It's that simple.
Nick, when you
put me on the boxing like that, like it's shit like that. This nigga said he put me on the boxing. It's crazy.
Nick, when you see Minikon in fight week, when you see him when it's before the fight, I'm talking pre-fight night. When you see him in the build up to the press conference, you know the workouts, the weigh-ins, the whole of that media week that comes before fight night. How are you going to be towards him, given that he's refuting what you're saying, he's out saying
Chris,
it's not
no
true?
lie, Chris. I'm gonna be in work mode, Chris. I'm not trying to fuck up my purse. I read the contract. I can't really do nothing too detrimental. I'm gonna get up there, weigh in, do what I got to do, and then when we get in a fight, I'm gonna let it all in the ring. I'm not trying to fuck nothing up. I want my money. If I have to lose 30 pounds to fight a nigga, I'm gonna get all my coins.
Do you feel like this has got personal, Minikon? Do you feel like this is a personal fight? Although it's like you say, it's business. You've got to work in the ring. You've got to do what you've got to do. But is this a personal fight for you?
Oh, 100%. But I think honestly, no cap. Like I feel like every fight is definitely personal because it's not only against my opponents, it's against the people out there talking. Like it's against the fans. Like it's against the crowd. Like everything because it's just like I feel like I'm slept on in general. Like people don't really give me the respect that I deserve. So yeah, this is more than just what's in the ring. It's talking to all the new boxing fans, the crossover boxing fans, really saying that I'm a problem in this game and I'm one of the top like contenders.
Nick, onto you. So both of you guys, you have good original content creators, you know, enjoyable, humorous, funny content. How easy or hard is it for you to switch between modes? Because you're this fun-going guy, you know, making cool videos, but at the same time, you've got a personal beef here that you're looking to squash. How easy is it to flip between those two?
It's not even beef, but back to but what you're saying is it's really easy to switch, bro, because as an influencer, you don't really have a job. Your job is really to influence people that follow you onto what that you have as your next business venture. So if I want to box and people are like, oh, you want to get into it? Now I have to post about it for people to take me serious. And if I wanted to be a male stripper, now I have to post about it for people to take me serious. And as I keep going, I'm building a following in that community. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's really easy to switch over because your following, your supporters going to support you whatever you do.
You're taking this, Nick, you're taking this very, very seriously. I see your journey, your physical journey that you've been on. Just tell me a little bit about what you've had to do to get into this shape, to get into this fight. What have you?
No, I'm not gonna lie. Minikon motivated me to get in the ring and to lose weight because I didn't want to get in the ring and then I lose in the first round from being too tired. So I knew that I had to
lose the first round no matter what.
All right, so I know I had to train, lose weight, get in shape, so it could be a good fight. So that way, if I do decide to take boxing serious in the future, and y'all want to bring me on again for a different bag, fight somebody else, Chris, I know I had to take it serious. I know how this shit goes. If I just show up and don't take it serious, then I know nobody else taking it serious in the future. So it's really more so me doing my job, playing my part.
I get you. Have you watched his other fights back? What did you make of them?
Oh, I see. Yeah, I was a part of Minicon's first two fights. The very first ones before he went pro. The ones that he that wasn't on television.
This is our first pro fight. This is our first pro fight.
His first pro fight. Oh, you talking about when he fought the dude in London?
Yeah.
The bodybuilder. Yeah, I saw that one. He did a good job. I saw when he fought Nick Young too. He was getting his ass whooped if Nick wouldn't have got tired. He did Minikon did a good job. Minikon is progressing and doing a good job. Minikon is taking boxing serious, and he's doing what he's supposed to do as someone who wants to follow that lane in boxing. That's good for him.
So when you see his fight, and Minikon, I will come back to you in a moment, but I just want to sort of carry on this point. When you see those fights and when you see what he's capable of, how do you plan to counteract what you've seen that he has and he's capable of?
Just sticking to the game plan, bro. I don't really study Minikon like that. It's really more so of I'm gonna get in the ring and just boxing. I don't have no game plan for him. He might be an in-fighter. He might be a lengthy fighter that keep his distance. It don't really matter. It's really gonna just be a fight.
Minikon, Nick speaks about his motivation, how you have propelled that motivation, how he has gone from this shape to this shape, how he's gone from this lifestyle to this lifestyle to get ready for this fight. What does that mean to you? You know him. What's he?
And in general, like, I'm an influencer, so it's just like everything I do, like, I want to influence people. I don't care if it's my enemy, and I don't care if it's my best friend. I don't care if it's my mom, my sister, a little kid. But yeah, boxing's a beautiful thing. Boxing literally, like I said, it saved my life. Like, it's mentally, physically, like it's a good thing to continue and do it. So like for him to say that's good for him, but it's like that's what I do it for, basically. So yeah.
But with him being that motivated, doesn't that give you
now motivated?
When he's that motivated, when he's got that much motivation inside him, and it's been powered by you, he is focused on you for as long as it's taken to get from position A to position B.
Yeah.
And he's coming at you with that force. What kind of challenge then does that bring to you?
No challenge at all. I literally, you gotta understand, I'm a crazy person, Chris. Like I'm psycho. So it's just like, I took a 2-day fight notice versus a 6'8" dude that was a professional athlete. I took a fight that nobody wanted to take in London versus a bodybuilder, Arms Carleon, because they were just scared of how he looked. Nobody else wanted to fight Arms. So it's just like I don't care. Nothing phases me. Like I'll fight freaking. Actually, no, I ain't gonna even put that out there. I'll fight like Anthony
Johnson.
You can
tell us. We can't guarantee it'll happen.
Look, in years down the road, like I know, like you know how everybody's fighting Floyd and shit like that. It's like I'll fight AJ if I got to. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like I'm here to like get challenges. Like I can go in the ring and I'm not scared to lose to anybody. Like I'm not scared to get knocked out. Like if I get knocked out, I get back up, do it again, see what I did wrong. So it's just like there's nothing that puts fear in my heart. I've literally been through this shit. I've been through the fucking fight leading up to Arms Carleon. Like what this nigga's probably feeling right now is just like no matter what, no matter who you are, your chest is pounding, you're worried, you're reading the fucking comments talking about, oh, you're gonna get knocked out, this, that. Like that's a real fucking thing. So it's like once you've already got through that shit, and it's just like it's a different game. It's an experience thing at that point.
So given that Nick has said what he has said about you as a person, how much motivation does that give you to want to get in there? And for lack of a better phrase, to stop him from saying that, to shut him up. Does that motivate you to get in there and do that?
No, the motivation was him under my comments talking like a female, him tagging me and shit, being a bitch. Like it's just that's the motivation. Like I was honestly how this came about was before my Nick Young fight, Mans was hitting me up trying to get me to fight Nick Young. I want you to fight Nick Young. I want you to fight Nick Young. And I was like, all right, bet, set it up. Because he wanted me to fight Hasim Rahman Jr. first. And then I was like, yeah, I'm down. You just got to give me a good bag to fucking fight Hasim, you know? So then, anyways, when he came under my comments one day and I called Mans, I was like, bro, no, scratch the other fights, send him the contract. Because I was like, it's done. And ironically, 3 days later, I got a call and I still got to fight Nick Young too. But yeah, it's just like that's when I knew I had to like get in this fight. And it's just like our biggest thing is just like hopefully he don't pull out. Nick, don't scare him too much so he don't pull out.
Nick, are you scared? Are you gonna pull out, Nick? Does that register with you?
Bro, I spent damn near $2,000 getting a physical, an eye exam, going to the doctors just so I can fight this. Why would I pull out? That's a waste. I need my money back if I'm gonna pull out.
Good. Great.
So I'm already coming. Go talk to Victoria, bro. They bought the flight. Just said the flight's over. I land the same time you land. Well, you probably in Texas now, so I pull up the same time you pull out. So I'm gonna be there. So there's no reason to pull out.
Great.
Nick, what kind of fight is this? when you're in the ring?
Chris,
What kind of fight is this? Is this a fight where two guys meet in the middle of the ring and it's toe to toe? You're going to swing, I'm going to swing, or do you feel like you want to practice a craft in there? What sort of fight do you envisage?
Chris, I practice enough sparring. This fight is going to really be us applying what the fuck we learned and going there from technique, from just watching footage, just going in there and applying what we learned, technique, and actually getting shit done, landing hits, landing blows, being able to breathe while punching. That's it. It's just like it's one of these fights that should have been happening a long time ago, Chris. It should have never got to this point. But seeing how it got to this point, fuck it, we might as well go ahead and get a bag off it. It was supposed to be a quick fade between two niggas, and it should have been dead right then and there. But it never got that far because guess what? Niggas live in two different states. So it got carried out and it got dragged on long, and then it got to where niggas started posting videos.
You know, I always be in that. It got
to a point to where niggas started posting videos with me in it, and then going in his comment section and talking to his people crazy, and then his people come and show me and say he's talking crazy, and then when I apply and I want to box you, let's get a bag. I'd rather fight you in the ring. But when nigga Ben said something about fighting, it was the only way I'm fighting you is
you see me in person. You saw me at
the nigga said the only time we can get no.
You saw me at the APC event. We was in the same building at the motherfucking, or we was in the same place when you was in San Antonio. Like nigga, you had my location. We've been in the same place multiple times. Like there's no fucking excuse. There's no excuse. If you came with all that rah-rah energy in my fucking phone and saying you're going to pull up, you're going to do this, you're going to do that, nigga, do that shit. Beat me up every fucking day like you said you was going to beat me up every fucking day.
Let me ask you both.
You're welcome for giving me a fucking bag. That's all I got to say. You're welcome.
I don't need it. Listen, bro, I'm not an influencer. I'm an entrepreneur. I have 3 businesses. You need the money.
You're welcome.
You need the money.
You
need the money. You need the money.
Let me ask you both.
Like I said, Chris, I'm not no influencer. I'm an entrepreneur. I got 3 businesses. I took the fight to help this broke nigga out. This bum ass nigga who sleep on people's couch day to day.
Thank you.
I'm helping this bum out.
I would have got another fight either way.
Either way, that's cool.
A bigger bag, either way.
Let me ask you both. Let me ask you both. Let me ask you both. Final question to both of you to sign off. Minikon, I'm going to ask you first. Nick, I'm going to ask you the same question. Does this fight go the distance?
I hope so, but probably not. Like, I want to drag it out, punish him as much as possible, but everybody don't want me to. So it is what it is. Nick,
same question. Are you predicting an early finish, or does it go the full yard?
I mean, Chris is only 3 rounds.
4 rounds.
Might as well. Well, if it's 4 rounds, then cool. Might as well go all 4 rounds.
If you guys were face to face now, would we end on a handshake?
You said what?
Would we end on a handshake?
If we were
Chris,
face
would
to
you
face.
end on a handshake after this conversation?
I'm going to take that as a no. Nick, my question was, if you were face to face, would you end this on a handshake now?
No.
Okay.
Well, guys, he said in his live, Chris, that he's gonna beat me up 3 times before the match. He said he's gonna fight me,
Chris,
3 times before.
The only time this will ever end on a handshake, bro, is when niggas take accountability of how bad of a friend they are. If niggas can do that, then yeah, I'll shake a nigga hand all day.
And the story's up.
Well, on November 19th, we find out. We find out which way this goes.
November 19th, Misfits 003, come through.
On the zone. Tickets available now, misfitsboxing.com. Boys, thank you both very much for joining us. Go well, go safe, and we'll see you next week as Fight Week kicks off in Texas.